Hey, what's up everyone? How's it going? Phantaram here. Today's video is going to be about two different day one Weaver builds. So let's just jump right into it. Alright, so this first build is a Bunker Weaver. Its playstyle is kind of being disruptive, healing allies, and just being a nuisance because you're tanky. So anyways, we got Minder's Amulet, Water Runes, which we take this heal here, which is normally pretty bad for self-sustain, so you usually don't want to take it, but it synergizes well with these water runes here. So if you get close to an ally, you can pop it and heal them, and you're gonna have plenty of survivability with this heal anyways, so it makes a lot of sense. And you get some stability because we have a stability trait with stances. So even though it's not the best heal for self-survivability is not the problem of this build. So you want to help support allies. We take a cleansing and energy as well as sword and focus. And then for traits, all three of these are probably viable, but there's a lot of boon removal right now. So having any form of reapplication for your vigor is good. So I think we take renewing stamina here. Elemental contingency is a no-brainer in this tier. Then we take evasive arcana. That's always really good. You can dodge roll at an ally, attune to water, you'll get the evasive arcana, and you'll get the attune to water healing all at once. That's big healing for an ally, as well as some Condi removal. 2 Condi removals when you do that. So in water, we just go 1/1/1. Soothing ice, reduced cantrip cooldowns, as well as giving regen and vigor. So they remove Condis because of this. Cleanse conditions from allies when you grant them regeneration. This number 2 skill on sword gives regen. So just use that on allies and you'll cleanse and heal more Condis. And then in Weaver, we take 3/3/3. So you get the vitality here. You might be able to take something else, maybe one of these. I think all 3 of these are pretty decent, but this will certainly give you some cushion to live versus those crazy hollow smiths and scourges. And then here we take the stability and the passive proc, which is pretty nice with all 3 of these stances here. Much better. These are just damage, so we don't need that for this build. And then invigorating strikes here is the best option for Grandmaster for self-survivability. Everyone thought Unravel Hexes was going to be OP. The tooltip is kind of misleading. It kind of makes it sound like it cleanses all conditions, but all it does is cleanse, immobilize, cripple, and chill. So rest in peace, the awesome super speed build that everybody was theory crafting. And then we don't need elements of rage. So, and then, like I said, we take sword focus, and then we take aquatic stance. Here I have armor of earth, so that way, an ally goes down, you pop stability, and it gives you really good survivability when you need it too. You can try to res somebody, but also scourges are insane right now, so if you need more Condi removal, you can take cleansing fire. These 2 utilities are probably unnegotiable. This is probably the best stun break Ellie's ever gotten. As far as defense goes, being able to stun break and evade any burst that's coming your way, it's like a catch-all button. Like sometimes you'll have a defensive button, but you'll use it, but you get stunned, and then you get bursted, and you're dead, right? With this one, it doesn't matter. You're going to evade their burst if you press it, so super nice, and it gives you stability. Super nice. Great ability. And then we still take Weave Self here. I'm not sure. Maybe Tornado could be an option if you're going to be like, a disruptive, healing team fighter kind of thing, but this is also really good for that kind of thing. So, and it gives you the outgoing healing effectiveness in water, so I'm sure if you pop that and then you do the dodge roll like this, you're gonna get some big healing on allies. So, and just to show you guys that ability real quick, boom. It's a pretty long AoE, or pretty long AoE float. Float is a new kind of CC, so pretty good. Gameplay for this build, I would say, like I talked about, it's like a disruptive, tanky person, and I kind of have a skill rotation that I do for both of the Weaver specs I'm about to show off, but I like starting in air water so I can just disrupt anybody that's coming towards me. Like, you know, this is a daze, I can put chill on them, and when that daze is done, I jump in and daze again, and then I swap to air earth, which has a ton more CC too. You can gale, and then this ability is pretty much a melee gale, and then from there I like to swap to fire, so you can kind of be offensive at first, you know, because your allies are going to be at full life. You're going in, you're being as disruptive as possible as a tank. You pop lava skin, which is going to give you a decent amount of barrier for yourself, but also you pulse this fire damage around you, so that's, I mean, with a Minder's Amulet, it's not going to be crazy damage, but it's decent. And you unlock your awesome earth skills here when you do that. And then from here, you can go to air or water, depending on what you need to do. Probably water if an ally's getting hit, or if you're getting hit and you need to survive, because this Riptide ability is insane. 1 3/4 second evade, low cooldown, heals, regens, and you can use leap finishers and blast finishers out of it. So you can do like number 2 in water, and then number 2 air, and then you're right back to the beginning of the rotation, you know, where you go air, earth, fire, water. But you mix it up a little more than that, you know, but you kind of get the gist of this build. It's super tanky. Sword itself makes us really tanky because it's the most defensive weapon set we've ever had, and then we just take almost full defense and self-survivability. So disruptive, pretty good heals. It's not like you have the same kind of support that Tempest has, but you know, you have a lot more self-survivability than Tempest. There's no way a Tempest is surviving against what the current Hollowsmith and Scourge are doing, while this, I feel like, can probably stand its ground, and you're not going to get focused, you know. They're going to try to hit your teammates, and you can try to disrupt the Scourge and the Hollowsmiths from just melting your teammates. Like, you have so much CC in these kind of states. So anyways, now I'll show you the next build. So this build, it plays very similarly in how it survives, but you just take damage over all of that survivability and support. So we take Sage's runes, we swap out these runes for scavenging, we take Doom. I'm pretty sure we leave on Sigil of Cleansing because Condis are one of our problems. We take the same traits here, and here I take Water because we're going to swap out one of these. Or I take number 3 in Water for the Master tier, and the reason for this is since we're only taking one cantrip, this becomes less valuable. This is alright too, so all 3 of them are kind of negligible, but just having the reduced cooldown on Water number 2 is extremely powerful. It goes from 12 to 9.5 seconds, so 9.5 seconds on our best defensive ability is pretty huge. So I like taking this one. And that's the same, and then down here, the only thing we change is this to this. And then we change our heal to either Signet of Restoration, which will be stronger against anything that's not a Necro, or you take Ether Renewal, which will be stronger versus a Necro. But in competitive matches, it really felt like I should have just run away from Necros. Nos was destroying me in a few in-houses last night, which is one of my old Necro teammates. So, yeah. I don't know, up to you. I usually just take a setup kind of like this. Sometimes you can drop Twist of Fate for Cleansing Fire, because this is a Condi build, and Cleansing Fire is going to do a good bit of damage for you. So yeah. Something else you could possibly try is taking Cleansing Fire here and Twist of Fate here. You're going to do significantly less damage, but yeah, I'll just leave it like this for now, and we'll go with this. So that's this build. I like to open the same exact way. You know, you be disruptive, you put chill on them, you be doing some CC and stuff. And then here's the big combo. You try to CC them when you're in this, and then you attune to fire, and then you pop Primordial, which is going to do burning and bleed, and then you're going to pop Lava Skin, which is the dual skill for earth and fire, and just watch. I'm not even attacking the target right now. I'm just pulsing damage around me. So, you know, if somebody's down and you happen to be in Fire Earth, and you have Lava Skin and Primordial Stance, you're going to melt that downed body and anybody who tries to res it. Just immense Condi damage around you. So this build is great in 1v1s. That's the strongest place I've found it personally. The only thing I couldn't beat was Spellbreaker. I played a really good Spellbreaker last night called Helios, and he basically has like permanent resistance. So since most of our damage is Condi, I couldn't hurt him, and eventually he could take me out. So maybe if you knew you had the potential to 1v1 a warrior in a match, you could just take more defense and just try to live. You know, maybe take healing runes or something, or just if you know you have to 1v1 Spellbreakers, just ditch this build and go the tanky build, because this build's alright in team fights, but it's mostly a 1v1er. But in general, this will be stronger for you in like solo queues and stuff. I'm just coming at it from a very 5v5 mindset, you know. But in solo queue, I've done great with this. I mean, I beat pretty much everything I ever fought in 1v1s, and yeah, I think this is a super fun build. Just lots of damage. Some people told me they swapped out Sages for Viper and then went Berserker runes, and you know, the damage here is just going to be absolutely nuts. So yeah, those are the two builds. I think that's pretty much it. I'm going to be streaming today and tomorrow for this weekend as much as I possibly can. I want to get as much Weaver gameplay in, maybe even some other specs in as I can. So just stop by my stream and say hi, and we can learn to play Weaver together. Peace out, everybody.